Welcome back to Chasing Trophies, and what a community shield, man. Arsenal absolutely thrashing Manchester City 3-0. I've seen the reverse happen a lot of times over the last 4 or 5 years, but things have changed. Pep Guardiola has left Manchester City. Mikel Arteta is in charge at Arsenal. He is looking like the man in form. He's looking like the man with confidence. He's looking like the man with the better team. And I think it's huge work cut out for Enzo Maresca. I think this season is going to be very, very difficult. Transitions in football are something which are very challenging, and Manchester City have to exactly do that. It's going to be very difficult for the fans. They might have to suffer initially, or they might get initial success and they might fail in the future. We've seen Manchester United, after Sir Alex Ferguson left, it's taken them 10, 15. They still haven't won the Premier League since he's left. It's been 13 years. Yes, they've won cups here and there, but Man United have never been the same since Ferguson has left. You see Liverpool, right after Klopp left, Slot won the league, but after that, what happened? A completely dip in form, a completely dip in performances, players leaving, things happening, and it looks like the same things are happening with Man City. Rodri looks like he might leave. Right, he was a vital cog in the Man City squad for the last 6 to 7 years. He was very influential. Pep Guardiola himself is so influential. He's not there anymore. And yes, I think Maresca has worked with Pep. He understands the system, he understands the style, but it's going to be very difficult for him to get everyone on board as well, because Guardiola is somebody, he just demands that respect. He has that respect, he has that aura about him. He knows how to win championships, he knows how to win leagues, he knows how to handle press conferences, he knows how to handle players, and that's something that Maresca will have to learn quickly, because Man City is a team which always gets success. Even in the worst seasons, they pick up an FA Cup, they pick up a Carabao Cup. They make the right calls in the transfer markets, and I think they've still made decent calls, but there are big shoes to fill. And will they be able to compete? Will they be able to win the league this season? Will they be able to win the Champions League this season? These are questions to be answered, and I think it's going to be very, very difficult. I wish all the best to Maresca. Look, at the end of the day, this was a charity shield. It was a community game. Community shield game is not that big of a deal, but it does kind of give you an indication where the teams are heading. And to lose like that, if you lose 2-1, 1-0 and stuff, I don't think it makes much of a difference. But if you lose 3-0, it is a statement of intent from Arsenal. It's to show Arsenal like we are the big dogs now, not Manchester City. We are the favorites to win this title, not Manchester City. And that is what City will have to turn around as the season progresses. I don't think it's going to be easy for them. They might need some insurance in midfield. They need that control back in midfield, I feel. And defensively, if they can add a few more players, that will just give them a bit more structure, a bit more solidity, because you see, Arsenal were very comfortable, man. On the ball, they were comfortable. Defending, they were comfortable. And even when, you're up against Erling Haaland, there wasn't too much fuss for the Arsenal players. They had no issues in handling him. And but I still feel, don't count Man City out. And if you're making FPL teams, I wouldn't take Haaland out right now, man. I think he's still a beast. I think he's still going to score goals. And it's not like the Man City team is not a great team. They're still a very good team. And they're going to be playing teams who are below them in the table as well. There will be times Haaland is going to come and smash 4 or 5 goals. I guarantee it. He's going to score a hat-trick this season, man. I don't see him, unless he gets injured, not scoring many goals. He'll still probably be the leading goal scorer in the Premier League. But it's going to be a tough ask for Manchester City. They're going to start the season next week. I think it's important for them to get points on the board. It's important for Maresca as well to get that belief of the players, because sometimes what happens if you get off to a very bad start like this Community Shield, if this translates to 2-3 losses in the Premier League in the first 5-6 weeks, it just puts a lot of pressure on the manager, and the fans start flipping on you, the players start flipping on you, and then that process becomes very, very very dim and grim as well. And will Maresca be the first guy to be sacked? Look, this is very early to say. I don't think it's going to happen like that. Like I said, they're playing against the title favorites. It's a Community Shield. I don't think they're gonna even talk about sacking or anything like that. But if you do lose games, if you, for example, Champions League mein agar aap pehle 4-5 match haar gaye and stuff, you will start feeling the heat. The media bhi chad jayegi aap pe, fans bhi chad jayenge. It's not going to be very easy. So it's very important for Maresca and for Man City to get some points on the board, get the goals flowing, get a pattern of play flowing. I understand that even with the World Cup, he hasn't had a lot of his players. Man City have a lot of players playing in the World Cup. Erling Haaland is an example as well. Obviously, he's not 100% right now in terms of match fitness, and it's going to take a bit of time for him to gather that and get that momentum back. So I completely understand that. But at the same time, I think he needs to develop those patterns. He needs to develop a certain style of play that his players understand as well, and make sure that he tries to carry on Pep Guardiola's legacy. Because man, it's very difficult जब आप Guardiola जैसा मैनेजर है आपके पास, उन्हें आप ऑटो पायलट पे चलते हैं, आपको मालूम है उन्हें है वहां पे बैठा हुआ, एंड जब तक उन्हें है, आप देख लो लास्ट सीजन it should have been done long time ago. Arsenal should have won easily, but the reason why it went so late is because Guardiola was there. He knows how to get things done. He knows how to win matches. He knows how to win leagues, and that is why it becomes very, very challenging. And yeah, like I gave you the example of Man United, they still haven't recovered 100% from that. And I think that, like, however big Sir Alex Ferguson is in United, Pep Guardiola is probably as big in Manchester City. I think he will go down as the greatest manager of Man City of all time, and one of the greatest managers in the Premier League, just like Sir Alex Ferguson. So how to Man City come out of that transition? I think they've still gone with a good manager. They've gone with somebody who's managed in the Premier League. They've gone somebody who's worked with Pep Guardiola as well. It's not like he doesn't understand the style and patterns of play. He understands the culture of the club. He's worked in the club as well. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि उन लोग बस हवा में तीर मार के किसी को लेके आ गया. I think it's a very well thought out plan, and I think it might take him a bit of time to develop, but once things go on, I think Maresca will improve. I think he will improve. Like I said, this was just a curtain raiser. It wasn't too much to panic about. It just gives the wrong message. That's all. But hopefully, Man City change things around. But for Arsenal, man, they're looking absolutely solid, bro. They're defensively very, very good again. Attacking wise, they have a lot of options over there. Havertz was scoring. Fury, man, I think a lot of people are gonna take him in the FPL team. The way that he played in this Community Shield, I think he's a very, very good option. Yeah, they're looking a very solid team. It's going to be difficult to break down Arsenal again this season. They play themselves like that as well, where they are difficult to break, they're difficult to score against, and now they have more attacking flair. Obviously, Bruno Guimaraes coming into the team gives them a bit more control in the midfield. They're looking for another player. They were going for Vinicius Jr. Obviously, that was one step too far, but I still feel like if they get a Barcola or some attacking winger, that just adds to the variety of the Arsenal attack. If they can just become a bit more attacking, a bit more aggressive, which they showed today, but just start hitting teams 3-4-0, 5-0, start pumping teams around the park, then Arsenal will be very difficult to catch. It's going to be a very exciting Premier League season for Manchester City. Like I said, it's going to be a tough season. It's a season in transition. It doesn't mean that they can't win or they can't compete. I still think they can. They still have very good players. You've got the Semenyo there. You've got Haaland over there. Doku is there. Cherki is a sensational player. If they can just get that midfield going, like I don't think Rodri is going to stay. So if he's not there, the likes of Elliot Anderson, if they can get Ayub Wadi over there, just trying to keep control in the midfield, that will really help them. But apart from that, let's see what happens, man. All the best to Maresca. Obviously, as a United fan, I don't want Man City to win or Arsenal to win either. But let's see what happens, because I know this phase of in a football club is very, very difficult. So let's see what Man City does. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and stay tuned to Chasing Trophies.